Welcome back, everybody, to the last game of the night for the Dota 2 Champions League. We have Na'Vi versus BBC, game number 2 after BBC just trounced Na'Vi in game 1. Man, they had that one bad play. That one bad play around Roshan where they got wiped, and Na'Vi were actually able to take an advantage, but it wasn't nearly enough. Na'Vi was back. But back to last, apparently. So we are going to jump into game number 2, where BBC already have Eventual Spirit and Batrider, where Na'Vi have actually chosen a Dazzle and SF for themselves. So let me toss it over to my good friend and co-caster here, Rio Burrows, who's going to be giving me some analysis. What do you think about the opening picks, Rio?
Well, I haven't seen Batrider in a while. Normally we see it banned out. So I want to see if it works in this game. And first initial thoughts, at least the Venge is not on the opposite team. So that's going to be nice, having their own swap plays coming into play. We also have another defensive hero going on the other side is the Dazzle Shadow Fiend. Got the massive minus armor strategy coming out with the saves. And, man, still no Axe ban. Well.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I'm feeling like somebody's going to pick up the Axe. I know BBC are pretty proficient. Obviously, Na'Vi are really good with the Axe in the hands of Phobos. But we'll see. Our second set of bans, Bristleback and Juggernaut by BBC. We have the Slurk and now the Wisp banned away by Na'Vi. I have to say, though, I'm impressed again by BBC. They dropped the ball right in that one team fight. Misplayed by Miracle, mainly, being too far forward. But in general, BBC played that game very well controlled. Of course, they had such a great start in the early game. And that was probably the most impressive whole entire thing of Balkan Bears, is that they were able to get such an early lead and ended up throwing away. But they got that early lead through superior rotations. Like, they basically read Na'Vi the whole entire way and said, you're going to gank here at this time and here at that time, and every single time they were ready to counter it. So it was very impressive to watch, and if BBC can do something like that again and not throw away their advantage through a bad team fight, this could be like a 35-minute game.
Yeah, it was really well played from Miracle after that first death, and I just, I don't know. Basically all that, the game just came down to that last team fight with the smoke, so it could have still went Na'Vi's way. We didn't think it'd end that way, but yeah, relatively speaking, it was in both teams' favor, but I wouldn't say like 60-40, maybe 70-40 or 70-30 last game towards the end of the game was in BBC's side, because we talked about the late game, and I don't know why they didn't ban the Axe. I'm all right.
Hey, I mean, they won the first game without it. Even though Axe was by far the best. Phobos on Axe was the whole entire reason Na'Vi was still on that game. Havos didn't play bad in the offlane. Of course, it ended in a very sour note for Havos trying to get that desperate initiation in the top lane that resulted in the GG call. But still, Havos didn't play bad in the offlane. He had a pretty dangerous defensive tri-lane he had to deal with. And he didn't play too bad, but it was mainly Phobos was the one that was really carrying Na'Vi as hard as he possibly could through that game. Ancient Apparition now going to be picked up by BBC. A good counter to the Axe, as well as the Dazzle and SF. The SF unlikely to be going for mech now that Ancient Apparition is there. But the response from Na'Vi is a quick Lion pickup. So no direct counter to Batrider. Oh, BBC. Yeah, there's another specialty hero that theirs. Padrino also plays the Bloodseeker quite a lot.
Yep, Bloodseeker is my favorite hero to counteract Axe and Dazzle. So if you try to go up in Shallow Grave, sometimes you might be silenced, and sometimes you can counter-initiate, where you have this huge mass circle of silence around, and you can't really walk into it. Even if you get the call off, you're not going to be able to use your Culling Blade to get the kills sometimes, and it just allows easy turnaround. So once that happens, you're going to have max movement speed. Bloodseekers running around this game too now. Oh, man. Full out aggression from BBC here. This is what I like to see.
All right, so our last set of bans, Balkan Bears. I mean, the Batrider, Bloodseeker, really powerful, but I kind of feel like they need another carry for the mid lane, something like an SF. Am I seeing this right? Sniper's still in the pool.
Dire team ban.
I mean, I'm not sure if Sniper's really their go here, but just because it would be a very squishy lineup. But it's surprising to me that Sniper did not see a ban at all.
Maybe they just wanted to run different strategy this time, and Navi are like, yeah, you might have burned us that first time with Sniper, but we have Shadow Fiend on the Radiant side now, and we can deal with your mid lane. So this time, I love this Lina ban Outlast. That's probably what BBC were wanting to go for. This will be a Bloodseeker safe lane, and well, there's not too much less against Shadow Fiend mid. I mean, there's Windrunner.
How well does
Wind Ranger?
Wind Ranger's not bad. There's like some of the more early game focused heroes. I'm not sure if you want that, but like Viper. I'm kind of feeling like how well does Razor do versus SF?
If he goes the bottle rush build, not that great. He should still be able to outlast it and out deny you. But the rune control and then the comeback factor for Shadow Fiend just going into the jungle is just going to make it equalize, in my opinion.
Which is fine for me. I'm more looking at like, so if he can do pretty well versus the SF, or at least draw even with the SF, I think Razor wouldn't be a bad hero against the rest of this team. It would kind of give you a semi-carry that has some late game potential, but also gives you pushing power. It's kind of like everything that I want to see. I want to see sustainability.
You need a frontline hero, right?
Yeah.
You need a frontline hero like Razor or a Viper or something that can constantly hit the tower and it'd be really effective. So Viper's not that effective. Razor is once he gets that Ags. That's why I was saying, yeah, it should be. Ooh, okay, so that's the last pickup for them. Yeah, so I was saying Razor or Wind Rangers. I just don't think Wind Rangers is going to be enough. Man, that last pick from Na'Vi, Brewmaster just kind of looks like it's going to counter out everything BBC want to do here.
Wind Ranger also feels a bit susceptible to the burst damage of SF, Axe, and Lion. So
they need a BKB hero for this last one.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm trying to think of who's really left.
Dusa sucks versus Lion, but let's see.
I mean, maybe they do change it up and go for like hardcore late game.
Probulus or something. I don't know, man.
All right, well, they got 50 seconds to figure it out. Na'Vi picking up the Brewmaster, what I can only presume is once again going to be an off-lane Havos Brewmaster, because let's see Phobos on that Axe again. I mean, he definitely made his one position farm role well worth it. I think like Phobos. Yep. I think you're willing to like. I think sometimes you like, for example, the MSS Axe. I think was another example. Back in the day, and Team Dog was an example of like, okay, he's good enough on the Axe.
Craigasm.
He's good enough on the Axe that you can actually put the one position, the safe lane farm to him, and know that he will actually have enough of an impact in the game. Zeus actually is going to be their last pickup here. So they're actually going to be going for a bit of global action. A lot of ganking power. With the Batrider grab, the Bloodseeker a Rupture, the Ancient Apparition, Ice Blast, and then now the Zeus ultimate. Potentially. That is like this heavy ganking squad that Na'Vi, I mean, they do need a kind of a basic amount of farm. Blink Dagger on Brew. SF needs a lot of farm. Axe basically needs Blink Dagger. Actually, Phobos is going to be playing Brewmaster, and it's going to be a Vostax this time.
Yeah. It's just looking really hard for BBC when they're trying to go for the tier 2s or even uphill if they're not ahead, maybe like 20, 30 kills. Because the Axe, Lion, and Brewmaster are all going to have blinks. And your Zeus is going to stay in the back. Your Batrider is going to be doing all the heavy lifting by getting the pickoffs in the back line. But if you have the Axe counter initiations, the Lion, the Brewmaster, well in time before, yeah, it should be really a good. I don't know. I just think Navi's lineups is easier to execute in my mind. Is BBC has to play perfect.
Yeah, BBC, I mean, you could see the potential, right, of like the global gang squad that I was talking about, the Bloodseeker increasing the nuke damage of Zeus. Like, obviously that's very powerful as well, but is it actually going to be enough to take out Na'Vi? And then on top of that, I don't really feel like they have better late game either, which is pretty concerning as well. Weehaw on the Batrider is going to be starting off, placing down a ward to both give... This doesn't give vision of the camp. Did he ward it in the wrong spot? There should be a spot where you can also see the ward, the rune spot. I think it's like over here. I think he placed it too far to the left or something.
Yeah.
30 seconds to battle.
Maybe he wanted just vision of this lion standing over here, just given this vision. If you maybe place it to the right a little bit more, you might, I don't know, you should be able to get the vision still. So it's weird.
Yeah, because usually this ward that we see placed is covers the room plus blocks out the camp. Now, I'm not sure if Na'Vi actually saw that in time. They were kind of, I think they pinged out the fire, and it's pretty common strategy for Bat Riders to do, so they may actually try and pick up counters as soon as possible, but Dendy once again going to be starting out with the Bounty Rune and the Wraithband build up against the Zeus, who also grabs the Bounty Rune and is going to be going for that very, very fast bottle build. Already has 630 gold on him. So we're going to see whether or not BBC can actually execute this pumped up glass cannon build of theirs, or if they fall apart to Navi's teamfight crew. That has a lot of sustainability to it.
And notice there's like a 2v2 was going on in the mid lane, sort of. But not anymore.
Expecting some sort of early aggression here. Miracle pushing out the wave up against Dendy. Very smart to start with to try and force him to last hit underneath the tower. But Dendy, well, you might have been fooled from last game, but he is a proficient enough mid player to know how to last hit under towers quite easily. So only missing 1 or 2 CS there, not too bad.
So you're saying his brother was playing for him last game? I don't even think he has a brother.
I remember using that excuse once upon a time. I was like feeding, and then I would like come in like 20 minutes and be like, I'm sorry guys, my brother was playing. I'll play better now. And I did. I always did. It kind of felt like a fresh start, you know?
It was.
Even if they didn't believe me. It just was like, I'll prove them. I'll play completely different now, and I'll be awesome.
Yeah, notice Miracle went for the aggressive build and the lightning bolt too, and it didn't.
Oh wow!
Dindy could get caught out.
Do you think that's actually worth it damage-wise over the level of static field, considering how much damage you would get out of that from every single art lightning spam?
If you don't get the kill on Shadow Fiend, then I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah. Levy comes in, 2-minute rune. It will be his. He'll stun up Go Black and make sure that, yeah, there's no way Go Black's sticking around for that one. Meanwhile, the bottom rune is going to be grabbed by Vanscore. Now, Weeha's coming in with some slowdown, but Vanscore will just keep booking himself to the far left. Top lane, this could be our first blood. Havos is going to be caught out here. Levy comes in with a stun. They're going to hit the silence as well, and Havos is dead. First blood picked up by Padrino. The excellent start for the Bloodseeker.
And that's kind of probably going back to a little bit inexperience coming from Havos in the off lane. I don't know if they plan on doing this every game or if it's just with the axe. I think it's just with the axe and the maybe like Brewmaster or Centaur, and they just, or is this permanent?
I don't know. I guess the progression of Na'Vi, they've changed up a lot of things in the last couple of months. Maybe changed up their roles constantly is the best thing for them. Vanscore forced back. Weeha was actually chased away by Phobos, who protects his supports with some vehemence, but it's still, this Bat Rider's getting a decent amount of farm. Surprised he hasn't gone in jungle just yet. He's already level 2. Now, he's still trying to kind of make it work, but I think with this send back, you go jungle now. It's 3 minutes in. There should be some stacks available for you.
Big stacks coming out. AA stacked earlier, then Venge came and stacked both of the camps, so really well played from the supports from BBC, just being as efficient as they can.
Looks like we're going to be seeing Soul Ring pick up from Miracle. Either that or that's a quick build into a Yule's. The Soul Ring build establishes a lot of lane dominance by basically allowing you to get a free lightning bolt out every 20 seconds or so. And if you can couple that with the regeneration of Bottle, it's a superior number of nukes that Dendy shouldn't be able to deal with, but Dendy's going and trying to contest this top rune, and Miracle knows he doesn't have any backup, and there's a chance that Dendy does, so he doesn't try and risk it.
If that was the haste rune, Miracle would have been dead. Yeah, there was like no way out of it. So he's kind of playing with fire, just not getting the haste rune, I guess, is a good sign for BBC this game. He also picked up the first blood. A little bit calm now. So
Please tell
with
me.
that,
I've just watched Miracle pass off his empty body to Levy, and I was like, oh, are you actually going to make the support go back to base and fill that up for you? But Levy's like, nah, man, you go back to base yourself. He gave the bottle back to Zeus. Maybe it was just some shared tango things that was happening, but... Bat Rider's time to farm. Weehaw has this big old stack available to him thanks to his lovely supports, and we'll be able to get him a lot of farm in the process.
level 4 now for him. And does he get the stack off? No. No. Oh well.
Our Brewmaster actually goes for Arcane Boots instead of the fast Blink Dagger. Not a big surprise since he'll still have a Blink Dagger well fast enough to have a good impact in this team fight. They're probably going to need him there in this top lane where the supports are actually very susceptible to the Brewmaster's initiation. It's only really the Venge who has any defense against it. Ancient Apparition's pretty much a free kill, and I think the Bloodseeker would be quite the easy kill as well, seeing as he is always quite the naturally squishy hero. It's only the sustain offer to him from Blood Rage when he gets kills that allows him to tank up in team fights.
Yeah, mid lane, they're pinging on him. Hex going out, Miracle.
They actually get this, though. They've got the Vengeful Spear coming in. The Impale actually misses. So
I don't think it would have been enough, but yeah, missing the Impale didn't help the cause either.
certainly did not. You have the Bloodseeker now doing full-time jungle next to the Bat Rider. This will leave Yapzor some time to get up his early Ice Blast. So they're actually making sure they have all their ultimates ready to go at the same time, pretty much. So that first rotation of the Bat Rider with the Blink Dagger to pick off one of those enemy heroes into the Ice Blast. Oh, bottom lane, they actually get the Vengeful Spear.
Yep. Caught the tail on that, just the raise coming in from Denny, securing the last hit. But yeah, that's the one thing they're doing that's really good. Yapzor is going to get level 6 before Vanscore is going to get level 6. So prioritizing that, Golblack could be in trouble from an ulti.
He certainly can't come forward again without full HP, that's for sure.
I mean, I love this Soul Ring pickup just because they have to wait for Axe Blink or Panda Blink to even put pressure out on the map. So why not just put as much pressure on Dindy as you can?
Yeah, you could see it's working out. Dendy's been routinely forced back and has had to bottle crow quite a lot, even with Dazzle here giving him some heals. Top lane, Havost going to be chased down. Nice positioning there from Havost. Putting himself right there on the side where our Bloodseeker's not going to try and go for him.
Mid lane, here they go.
Yeah, they're going to try and go for Golblack maybe? Yeah, blow him up. Miracle running himself away. I'm not sure why. Gets off the ultimate, but it's too late. Golblack gets off his own shallow grave in order to save himself, and no kills there. Miracle ran himself away, and I have no clue why. It was very slow to respond to that stun, and they actually nice raise from Dendy. Gets the kill on the Vengeful Spirit. 2-1 for the Na'Vi boys.
That was kind of a weird initiation fight. Maybe he should just use one nuke first, and then, Vanscore.
Yeah, playing a very deadly game up against that Zeus, chasing him away in order for the Invis to be picked up by the SF. Yapzor does have his ultimate now with the Rupture being laid down in the middle lane. Vanscore gets himself ahead of the Silence, but Padrino can't actually go for that last hit. The Rupture, is it going to last long enough? The Ice Blast is coming in. Is he going to get ahead? Yep, he's dead. No, Vanscore started running at the right time too, but the Rupture just lasts too long.
Zeus ulti in 34 seconds too, so that would have been a nice play almost.
Poor Vanscore. He knows, like, there's no winning scenario for him there. Like, he's dead to the Rupture, he's dead to the Ice Blast. So, pretty dirty combo for BBC, but just because it ensures support kills doesn't necessarily mean it's a winning strategy.
Yeah, I agree.
So we'll see how they are able to progress that as time goes on.
Wow, Havost is going for Vanguard.
I take it you disagree with this.
Well, I mean, all the damage coming out from BBC is magical. and
Oh, you're right.
that's one of your 2 initiators that you're that you're banking on. So you have Brewmaster go in, split, and then basically you can just crowd control them anywhere, and then you have Phobos coming in over the top.
Yeah, it's a little awkward. Well, Blink Dagger's going to be picked up by Phobos, so he's got that at least. So the first bit initiation, they could probably leave some room for like the Lion to farm up bottom lane if Phobos wants to go for a quick rotation.
Oh, is Havos stacking for Batrider, or is Batrider stacking for Havos right now?
I'm thinking Havos is stacking for himself because Weeha's going to be chased away by Dendi. And so this will mean the finishing up of the Blink Dagger. Phobos is actually going to go up to the top lane now. So shows off that fact that he picked up his Blink Dagger, but doesn't actively look for a kill for it. Instead, just centers himself up as the offlaner. And now leaves room for the Lion to farm up his own Blink Dagger. And especially that level 6 Finger of Death.
Jeez, man, look at this AA. Already got a hand of Midas, level 8. Man. Yapso reminds me so much of AUI, and Vanscore bottom lane.
Yeah, Rupture. He's actually still going to be clipped by the Ice Blast. Okay.
That's just mean.
Yeah,
that's just
Zeus,
rude.
I guess, really wanted to be having that kill. Because it certainly wasn't necessary. But fair enough.
Oh, mid lane, Miracle. Bye-bye, bro.
Yep, jumped on by our Brewmaster who pops the ultimate. And Dendi will be the one claiming the last hit. So Yule Scepter picked up by Dendi. That's a start. It's a start to being able to find those opportunities to blow up BBC. Plus, he's going to need it later on up against the Rupture Silence and things like that. Yule Scepter will be a pretty defensive ability.
I'm confused to see, is Zeus going for Yules himself? Just for the counter plays, I guess. I always assume so. It would be nice to have the Yules for the axe, maybe even getting off the Panda, but the problem is, once Panda comes down, they might have to have the lasso or the silence timed perfectly, else he'll just get off the split.
Weeha, he hasn't found a pick-off yet, but maybe this is his first one. Dendi, he actually does close the distance, gets him over that cliff and into the range of Levy. Ice Blast does still hit Dendi. Of course, the actual nuke damage is not enough, but they can still run him down, I think, with the Ice Blast going off soon. Dendi gets off the ultimate. He dies twice. Weeha left with just one hit, but they don't have enough. Vanscore was forced back.
Man. Oh, mid lane, though. Miracle gonna be going down here once again.
Dunked by Havos, who's now got...
Oh, he's got his Blink Dagger, so I agree with this.
Okay, so just a ring of health. Some value out of that. Maybe he turns it into a Linken's later on. You never know.
Yeah.
Up against a Batrider is not a bad idea. Rupture as
Hype
well.
is really good too.
That's true. Yeah, I like Pipe a lot, actually. Vlad's for Phobos. Wonder how heavily he goes into the carry build. Like, does he actually go like Vlad's into Assault, Cuirass, Basher, Abyssal? Or do you think maybe some utility would be better for the Brewmaster this game?
Brewmaster, he needs to get... Yeah, I think Vlad's Soul is good. I just love this last pickup from Na'Vi, though. Making sure that they have to go BKBs them. At least 2 of their heroes. Like, if Padrino had just enough space where he could just get, like, Sange and Yasha, Abyssal, all these different items, or, like, even a Scotty, it'd be perfect for him. But because of that pickup, you can't be up in the air the whole team fighting, so...
Right.
It could even be an Ags, you never know. Just having even more team control after the Vlads, but I doubt it. The standard build nowadays is always getting into the Vlad's AC.
Phobos sharing is caring. He gave Dendi a couple kills in that middle lane thanks to his rotations. He's now giving Dendi the farm and the neutrals. Man, everything is centered around Dendi. Probably because he's such a nice guy.
Yeah, he's bouncing back from that last game.
Yeah,
that's scouting out.
Yeah. Sees the opportunity for Padrino and Weeha to go to the bottom lane because they know there's 3 or 4 heroes centered up in middle or top. So it's not much of a pickup, but a kill is a kill, I suppose. Go Black is going to die here. Sorry, my friend. You just weren't meant to stay too long in this world. That being said, Perhaps Yapzor is going to die. As the rotation's coming out for him, slowed down by the battle hunger of Avost. Levy is here with the stun. He can get it off on Avost. They're going to turn around, get the off the Ice Blast. On to 2. Swap goes out on the Yapzor. Levy leaves him to die, but the Finger of Death gets some return kills. And now it's the Bloodseeker's turn. Oh, no, the missed Impale. Drop number 2. Padrino will die still to Dendy's ultimate. As Miracle coming in with the Haste Rune is too slow to help out his allies.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking, like trying to turn that team fight around with the Panda ulti and Bloodseeker trying to TP up there. It just wasn't gonna happen. I mean, Miracle was trying to go up there. They didn't have any Zeus ulti, Batrider ulti. It's just kind of weird of me for them trying to save their allies and go on this, but it happened. Tier 1 tower going down. So that's even more space now for Na'Vi and Dindy picking up his Blink Dagger now.
Medallion finished up by the Dazzle. BBC, I don't think they really can. They've got, oh, they don't have Medallion on Vengeful Spirit, so for sure no. I was going to talk about like the possibilities of Roshan for either team because we've got that Medallion finished up by Dazzle. Na'Vi is actually pretty decent in taking Roshan, just thanks to the SF and the Medallion, but I don't think BBC have any possibilities to go for Roshan themselves.
Yep, I agree. With this full aggressive lineup, they're just... I don't see any way. Is they gonna smoke mid, or what are they doing? Oh, giving the bottle back. So nice. Like you said, sharing is carrying this game.
Jump onto Dendy. The rupture, silence, yeah. The problem I see with this is that, you know how much damage they just laid out into Dendy? They pretty much like had the potential to do like 3,000 damage on that one hero. The point I'm trying to make here is I feel like they're too single target focused, too pick off oriented. And when it comes down to these longer fights, like Levy going down here, that they aren't going to have the damage, the kind of sustained amount of damage necessary.
Yeah, Na'Vi has a superior team fight lineup, and then BBC, they have to rely on their global presence with the pick-off potential of Batrider. He's just going to have to get a fast 4-staff into BKB or something along those lines.
Right.
He's going to have to, like I said, he's going to have to carry them this game. It's basically all it has to come down to is this Batrider, how well he would play in the later stages of the game.
Bobo's trying to get the jump on the Zeus, had his ultimate ready to go if he could land that clap, but just slightly out of range. This is not the most farmed Batrider in the world. He's trying to get towards his 4-staff. I suppose it's only 17 minutes in. It actually feels a lot later than that.
It really does. And he's 2-0 too, so you'd be surprised. I thought he'd have more.
What do you think about the completion of the SNY for the Bloodseeker? You were talking about how BKB is going to be a necessity, but he still goes for, well, hold up. Miracle jumped on by the Brewmaster. They're going to be able to take him down. He gets off the ultimate at the very least, and that may relieve the kill onto Go Black, who's going to be brought low. Shalgrave is just enough to keep him alive, but Padrino will stay on top of him. The Ice Blast comes in, will help claim the kill, but now Dendy throws him up in the air. Nuke 1. He does have the rupture onto Dundee, but he can't run himself fast enough away from those raises, and BBC just falling apart here in game number 2 as Na'Vi push into that tier 1 tower.
I mean, if you have the Sange, kind of need to complete the Sange and Yasha just for the extra movement speed, but yeah, he really needs a BKB. It's essential, and I don't even know. Zeus, yeah, he had the 4-staff. That's a nice item to pick up, but he needs even more than that if he wants to escape. He might even need like a Boots of Travel just to get the extra movement speed, and then maybe he can run away, but right now, yeah, just too much mobility coming out from Na'Vi as well.
So the tier 1 tower and bottom lane, it's going to be the next target of Na'Vi, already centering up a couple of heroes. The Ice Blast forces them back, though. Weehaw looking for the pickoff. Vanscore actually runs forward and hexes up the Batrider. Mace, yeah, will still cost him his life, but he makes sure no one else is caught. Sacks his own life in order to make sure that Dendy gets away.
And a deny. So not too bad, BBC. coming back a little bit here. Not too much. They're still down about 8,000 gold. That's a pretty heavy lead too, considering it's only 19 minutes in the game. But it's the lineup they picked. If you don't get about 20 kills by now, yeah, you should be really far behind.
Yeah, just generally SF by himself is going to be creating a massive lead in net worth. But then they've been farming pretty proficiently with both the Brewmaster as well as the Axe, splitting up the jungle oftentimes. And this 3-man top, they're just staying away from BBC, which is probably the smartest thing Na'Vi could do at this point. They don't need to fight them. They don't need to put themselves at risk. They just outfarm BBC until they get big enough that the late game is easily theirs.
Yep. Na'Vi, all they need is the 2 BKBs on Panda and Shadow Fiend, then they're free to do whatever they want in the team fights. I mean, you still have Rupture to maybe hold the target in place, and maybe the Bat Rider to drag them back, but they don't have enough physical damage coming out at all against these BKBs right now.
BBC just utterly destroyed that illusion. Despite there was smoke, they blew a Rupture on it. Yeah, it was the SF, the other illusion. Yules, Avos, setting up for a call, does get it with Dendy. Yeah, I'll let loose the ultimate. Ice Blast is going to clip them both, but Phobos managed to find the jump on a Miracle. Slowing down Levi. Oh no, the Force Staff and the swap goes out at the same time. Results in nothing really being done. Miracle gets off the ultimate at the last second.
Lane,
and yeah, Yapsur gets wiped out. Levy's going to go down as well as the Brewmaster continues to chase down these heroes. Dendy comes in, Impale onto Padrino, who already had his Battle Hunger out. Will get taken out. Double kill for Dendy, double kill for Phobos, and Na'Vi stomping this game after they got so handedly handled by BBC.
Yeah, I just think they just picked themselves into a really bad position, especially with the Zeus last pick. And they, like I talked about, lineups really all about executing, and BBC didn't execute it perfectly. And they saw Bat Rider put somebody on the high ground, but and they don't have a Force Staff. So that could be a kill here.
Yeah, oh boy. This is dangerous, my friend. He's going to try and jump in, steal the Aegis, grab it. No, the Impale immediately followed up by the Yules. Aegis grab. Now Weeha's going to try and desperately drag someone up, but he still cannot make it out of the pit. A 5-man Ice Blast means nothing to Na'Vi when they've already won the fight.
Yeah, that could have been great. Oh man, I don't know if I would have played it like that, but it wasn't a bad play. Oh, Miracle is pretty much gone.
Yeah, but the jump in of Vost, actually the Force Staff gets him ahead. Dendy almost dies there. If he can get off his ultimate, Miracle's actually got the kill. Ulted?
No, he's healed up.
SF will survive. He keeps his Aegis intact. Meanwhile, though, the Rupture onto Vost will result in a kill. And Goblak is actually dropping quite low here. Padrino will chase him down as well. Got to be careful of not snowballing too heavily up against Bloodseeker.
Yep. Maybe playing a little bit too aggressive without all their heroes there. Not having the Phobos is probably the biggest factor in these team fights. As long as you get that control up. What can BBC do? I don't know. Do they... What's the answer, Cap?
BKB, that's the answer. Bloodseeker's got to get one. And he's trying desperately to farm it up. Once they have that, they do have some sort of response to the Yule Scepter setups. And he can just survive longer these team fights. The problem is, like, he's trying to get all this damage output with Blood Rage, but in the end, he's only making himself more susceptible to the nukes of the Lion and SF.
Yep.
So that's their biggest problem right now. Once they have that BKB, perhaps they can change things around, but it'll only be a very small window of time where they've got some team fight dominance. And as this game stretches on a bit too late, you're going to see things like Butterfly and Scotty picked up by the SF, which will turn him into a superior right-click hero that can also deal with the heavy amount of damage output by the Bloodseeker. Well, that's unfortunate. That is a smoke that just got spotted out by the Ice Blast, and Na'Vi know it too.
Yep. It's pretty funny to see it happen too. Man, this Bat Rider is so poor after... I'm not going to say... he had a decent start. It's just too much pressure being applied by Na'Vi
Yeah.
and not getting any towers.
Not enough opportunities for pickoffs. As you said, BBC needed to get 20 kills in the first 20 minutes. And as it stands right now, BBC are halfway there. So another 5-man smoke, this time from the side of BBC. They're going to push out here. They're going to run into Go Black. Padrino, 4-staff forward, goes for the silence. Go Black already laying out the Shallow Grave. Sloppy initiation, but they may still be able to win it. Brewmaster pops the ultimate, stuns up Padrino with the finger of death. They blow him up. Now Dandy lets loose his own ultimate. Yule Scepter onto the Bat Rider as he comes down. Nope, he actually goes for Miracle in the back with his BKB. Takes out that here. Go Black actually gets a double kill as the support. And that is nasty for BBC. Did anyone buy back there?
Nope.
I thought I saw 2 double kills, but never mind.
Yeah, it's just too far ahead. Initiation factor, you need to really kill the Shadow Fiend or the Panda. Panda before split, else it just feels like you're gonna lose the team fight.
Yeah, Na'Vi, all they have to do is just take down some of these tier 2 towers. That'll be a Scotty for the SF. Sustain ability for days on that hero.
Well, Lion should be dead if Zeus... No, does Zeus... He's not even alive yet.
No. Unfortunately, well, that's Aghanims actually on the Ancient Apparition. It's funny, they could almost get him. Van score, pop the ultimate. Zeus. Oh, he doesn't have it. 27 seconds.
Here comes the Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
Easy.
You're ticking him down. Eventually, there's going to be a flame break or something. Or a rupture. All right. I'm not sure about that, but it's a low cooldown, I suppose.
He wanted the kill for his BKB, probably.
Yeah. That's probably a good point.
I mean, I would do everything I could. I'd KS with like Dagon 5 on 1 HP hero if I needed an item. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Avos. Nope. Miracle 4-staffed away. He'll be fine. Oh, no. Forgot about the Yule Scepters. Ultimate. Started out by Dandy. They're going to blow up Miracle with the clap and the ulti. Weehaw can't do anything to stop it. In fact, he's got to hide himself in the trees.
I thought he was going to die for TPing. I was like, cancel blink, but he didn't. And he got out. Bam. These ice blasts are so good.
There are good ice blasts. It's just there's no follow-up from BBC every single time because they're not ahead. And this is a lineup. Their draft does not really do much if they don't get ahead.
Yeah, this draft would be pretty... I would like to see this draft done again without a Bloodseeker, just have a Spectre or something. And maybe not have a Panda on enemy team. That's just their biggest downfall right now. Because you need to counteract Panda, you need about 2 or 3 BKB heroes. That's the best way to counter everything he does. In this game, they only have really 1 BKB, and just the mobility coming in from Na'Vi is just really too good right now.
Well, the BKB is going to be finished up by Avos soon, so he's going to be a beast. Vobos probably building into the Selkiras next. Already has the plate mail. But doesn't really need to worry too much about getting the carries position secured because Dendy already has a Scotty. He's sitting at 17,000 net worth. Ooh, Levy, lucky to find an Invis rune there. That's for sure.
And lucky not to walk up the hill or even back away or back up because they immediately placed the sentry ward down. So.
Na'Vi at this point just sitting together, making sure they know BBC's lineup's all about pickoffs. It's all about the Bat Rider leading into the Bloodseeker with Rupture and Zeus Ultimate and Ice Blast and all those sorts of things. As long as they stay grouped up, there's no real threat for Na'Vi due to an underfarmed BBC team.
Yep. They're just going to cut their supplies off right now. Probably, oh wait.
Yeah, free kill on Levy. Actually, perhaps a free kill on Padrino as well. Slowed down by the Scotty and right-clicked away by Phobos. Farther up, we do have a Hex onto the Zeus. He managed to4-staff himself just ahead of that Impale. The Ear Spike, not quite good enough. Maybe they can still get a Tornado on him, though. Yeah, they got him. Right-click, and why didn't he Tornado? He'll still get the clap, though. Never mind. He's got it well in hand. Avos now thinking about chasing down Yapzor, but decides against it. They still have Na'Vi sitting on the outside of BBC's base, ready to push it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower
And they haven't done a Zeus ulti with AA blast combo yet this game. It's kind of saddening to not even really get off the combo that you're trying to seek in mini game.
What's even more saddening is that the Ancient Apparition is the second highest net worth on his team.
Yeah,
Ahead of the Bat Rider and the Zeus. That's pretty nasty. They have vision. Nice blink away either way from that Ice Blast. They get the range racks. Na'Vi playing it safe. We'll just get that one building for free and back up before the Zeus is alive.
Yep. You have to give a lot of respect to this magic damage team if you don't have a pipe. They can instantly blow you up. But Panda Split's coming up in 15 seconds. And
Roshan's
that's a go
up as
time.
well.
Oh yeah. That's... They don't even need to cast Panda Split. That's the worst part, doing these team fights now.
No, they certainly do not. I don't know, they have the single target initiation of the Bat Rider, but I feel like the initiation of the Brewmaster is just so superior to everything the Bloodseeker or BBC is running. With the Bloodseeker and Zeus, like these kind of heroes that can blow you up, but you need to get initiation for them to do so.
Yeah, it's just too far gone. It didn't execute it enough in the early stages of the game, and this is where we're at. BBC trying to hold on for dear life. I think all the rares are going to be safe today. Considering we had a 1-1 series last game and a 1-1 series this game, it's looking to be. So no rares will be had today, sadly.
Hey, if you guys, this series is not the last one for Join Dota. It's the last match of the Dota 2 Champions League, but later on tonight at midnight CET, I will be casting Pain versus EHUG if you guys want to join us for that. Of course, we already know the top two teams for the Join Dota MLG League. Whoop, pick off on Bat Rider. We already know the top two teams, but it's still about placement. Who's going to be staying in the Pro League and who has to potentially play in the up-down playoffs between Division 1 and Division 2 for season number 2. So that's going to be going at midnight, another 2-game series there. Hope you guys will join us for that. Anyway, Na'Vi now looking to push in once again. They already have that range racks. Melee racks up next, 32 minutes in. It's so far a pretty heavy stomp for Na'Vi, and BBC are on their last wits to try and play defense. 2-man Ice Blast. It's a start. They don't even have Phobos. They don't even need him.
They don't even want him.
They don't even want him. Well, they want him because he's bringing a Soul Cuirass. Come on now. You gotta want that minus armor.
Oh, they just want him for the Ring of Aquila he picked up. Let's
yeah,
be real.
Whose ring is that? Dendy's.
Yeah.
Dendy,
I guess
time
they're just
for you
gonna
to
get
sell
the
it.
tier 2, and then that'll be probably the wraparound, go high ground, and that should be. I want to see how much the BBC can get done. If they can get 3 kills, I'll be impressed in this team fight.
You're not asking them to win the team fight. You're just asking them to get 3 kills.
Yeah.
That's all you want
being
to see.
optimistic, dude.
That is being optimistic. I would agree. With almost a 20,000 gold lead for Na'Vi, yeah, that's pretty optimistic. That's pretty much like 4 versus 5. If you just took Dendy out of this game entirely, net worth-wise, the game would be even. That's how far ahead they are. They're 1 full player ahead of BBC. So the slow siege begins. BBC attempting to throw out some nukes here. An Ice Blast to silence. Phobos actually popping the BKB. That's kind of interesting. Weehaw will try and grab him. Surprised they're going to go for Phobos here. I don't think they have enough damage. Sure enough, he gets off the Brewmaster Ultimate while Padrino was trying to go for Dendy, but unable to do anything about it. The BKBs will easily allow them to take the melee racks. While in the back, Levy's actually going to die. Oh, God. Phobos gets that one. Melee racks is going to die. We do have the potential for quick blink for Phobos. Yeah, miss. Padrino's still going to run him down, though. The rest of the team is coming in from the side. Can he actually get the kill on Phobos? Padrino's low. He's X'd up and he dies. Oh, Denny also blows up the Bat Rider in the back. They take out the Ancient Apparition, and it's only the Zeus who buys back. Bloodseeker's got a buyback of his own, but 2 versus 4. I don't think this fight is going to go well, no matter how silly the Blood Rage Zeus combination is. I don't think it's going to be enough.
Nope. They only got 1 kill during that team fight. Oh,
Yule's one. They're going to focus on Padrino first, taking him down with the Scotty and call on Havost, and Padrino will die a second time here. And there it is, GG from BBC. So, series ends up tied 1-1. Na'Vi claw their way back into victory, but still, a poor performance, or not performance rather, but just a poor standing here in the Dota 2 Champions League. Now sitting at a, 3-7. 3-7 win-loss rate, so. It's only the top 4 teams right now. Those top 4: Hellraisers 5-1 and Team Empire 5-3. Burden United, who nice clean 4-0, and Alliance, who I believe are now 3-3. So that brings us to a close actually for the Dota 2 Champions League. Rio, any last thoughts about this match?
I just think they got outdrafted and then outplayed. So it was really well drafted and played by Na'Vi this game. And, well, thanks for having me, Cap. I'll might cast with you later. We'll see what happens. Might have to go out and do stuff. But it was really fun casting again. You're my new best co-caster that's named Capitalist that casts with Join Dota. No, I'm just kidding, man. But it's been fun, and it's been real. But it hasn't been real fun. I did that backwards, so you're going to have to slap me one.
You're pretty terrible at outros. You're pretty terrible at outros, my friend. So we'll just say at Rio Burrows Dota. Go follow him on Twitter. Give him some love. You
remember that clairvoyance outro that lasted for about like 10 minutes or some crap? I forgot. That was about like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, I need to do one like that. That's really stupid and really bad. And
no.
Well, I love clairvoyance.
You can do it when you co-cast with Toby. How about that? I'll allow you to do it then. But,
well, are you gonna watch though? Probably not.
No.
You don't even like me, man.
The truth comes out. All right, guys, that brings us to close for Dota 2 Champions League. You can follow at Rio Burrows Dota, at Dota Capitalist. I will be back for the MLG Pro League at midnight. So we're going to stick around for another 2 hours to cast Pain versus eHug. If you guys want to join us for that, that's a 2-game series over there on mlg.tv/joindota. If you don't, of course, I understand. Tomorrow, the day begins at 9 o'clock with the qualifier finals for the D2CL. Durka's going to be casting that, and I will be joining you guys for NIP versus Na'Vi at 18 CET tomorrow, followed up by Meepone versus Na'Vi as well. A lot of Na'Vi matches here, apparently. So if you guys want to join us for that, we'd appreciate it. We'll see you guys tomorrow or perhaps tonight.